Hi guys, how are you doing? Punarvas Jayakumar here. So guys, this is a video, very important video on the clarification which the government has given on TCS on the international credit card and spends on the international credit card. So many students have messaged me saying that, sir, can you please make a clarificatory video? So please watch this video till the end. Please hit the like button, and if you like the video, definitely like this and subscribe to my YouTube channel, my dear friends. So please watch the video till the end. Important clarification. So I will explain as if I'm explaining to a layman. So please listen carefully. Okay, please listen carefully. First of all, the concept is about TCS, that is tax collected at source. So what is tax collected at source, my dear friends? So let me take the help of my DT material to explain that. So my dear friends, tax collected at source. So government will collect tax. So here tax will be collected by the seller of certain goods, either at the time of when the buyer is buying, or whenever the at the time of debiting the account, or at the time of receipt of the money, whichever is earlier. Example, so these are the goods on which TCS is collected, that is alcoholic liquor, tendu leaves, timber, scrap, minerals, etc. Apart from that, there are other sections also where TCS is collected. The important thing, let's say for example motor vehicles, just an example to give you, then I'll come to the issue at hand. Motor vehicles, my dear friends. So assume Mr. PJ, that is me. Let's say I'm going to buy a luxury car, BMW, Audi, or we have our Mercedes Benz, 80 lakh rupees I'm buying. So when I am buying a luxury car, anything which is more than 10 lakhs, right? So I'll have to pay TCS at the rate of 1%. So over and above 80 lakhs, I have to pay TCS on 1%. So let me pull out a practical case for you. So if you see, this is some car, let us say overall how much, 12,70,000, CGST, SGST, says all that. So total supply including GST would be 18,42,800, and you see TCS is collected on that 18,428. So the buyer has to pay this extra money, seller has to collect it. Okay, seller, that is the car company, has to collect it and remit it to the government on behalf of the buyer. Got it? You are the buyer. In this example, Mr. PJ is the buyer. So he will have to pay extra 18,428. Now, will this be allowed to be taken as a credit against your tax liability at the end of the year? Yes. Just like the TDS credit, this also will be given. TDS is whereby, let's say I have to receive a payment of 1 lakh. So the person in that 1 lakh, he will deduct 10,000. He will deduct 10,000 and pay me 90,000. This is not like that. I as a buyer have to pay 18,42,800. So the seller, that is the car company, will collect extra 1%, 18,428, and then eventually I'll have to pay that whatever amount it is. That's how it is paid. That is how it is TCS is. Now, TCS was also there, my dear friends. TCS was also there since many years for this, that is overseas tour package. Now, if I am going abroad, there are many such tour agencies who conduct these tours. So if your person is going abroad, so basically I will hire a tour agency to do everything. So they'll have to make payments outside India. So basically this TCS was collected. TCS was collected for this overseas tour program package. So this is what the TCS was. So the rate of TCS was, up to 7 lakhs, there was no TCS. That is, if I am I'm going abroad for 2 months and they're charging me 10 lakhs. So up to 7 lakhs, there was absolutely no TCS. This is for the authorized dealer, an amount who receives, a person who receives the amount. So guys, you have many money changers, Western Union, money transfer. So those people, when I go to them and say, boss, give me US dollars, I need to go abroad. So for up to 7 lakh rupees, there was no TCS. Anything exceeding 7 lakh, they used to charge 5% of the amount in excess of 7 lakh. And other rates were there that you leave. Similarly, if I go to Cox and Kings, then what is that? Chariot tours, Kesari tours, all these fellows. So there is no threshold limit prescribed for any sum. Let's say I'm going for a trip and they say, sir, you have to pay 5 lakh rupees. So 5 lakh I pay, plus they would charge what? 5% TCS. Because predominantly the government believes that only people who are, well-to-do can go abroad. So not everyone can afford. So if you can afford, you need to pay TCS also. And don't worry, it's not like GST where you will not get the return. Here you will get the return, you will get the refund. You can obviously claim it as a credit. Fair enough? Is this understood? Yes. Now, the current budget, that is the 2023 budget, what happened was in this thing before that. So guys, there is something called as the liberalized remittance scheme under FEMA. Under FEMA, under the liberalized remittance scheme, every person, that is you, me, every individual can spend up to 2,50,000 US dollars. 2,50,000 US dollars per annum, no questions asked. Per annum, no questions asked. 2,50,000 US dollars you can spend. So I'll just pull up the rule. See, this is called FEM, that is Foreign Exchange Management Current Account Transaction Rules. Under Schedule 3, see, individuals can avail foreign exchange facility up to 2,50,000 US dollars for all these things. Private visit to any country, gifts or donation, going abroad for employment, emigration, maintenance of close relatives abroad, traveling for business, studies, medical treatment, for everything up to 2,50,000 US dollars. I could have, easily used up. If I exceed that amount, then I'll have to take permission. So under the law, you can take central government permission, RBI permission, central government permission, all that is separate, leave it. So up to $250,000 I can spend. Now, one interesting thing was this $250,000 did not include spends using international credit card. So basically, if I used cash or if I used any other thing where I took US dollars, that was obviously covered. But if you see, there was one rule number 7. There was one rule number 7 which read like this, which said use of international credit card while outside India. When you are outside India, if you use international credit card, so what happens that anything that you are using international credit card towards for making payment by a person towards meeting expenses while such person is on a visit outside India. So any amount you spend via international credit card, basically the concept of $250,000 was not applicable to it, which means what were people doing? People were taking money up to 250,000 US dollars. For 250,000 US dollars, no permission needed. And people, high net worth individuals, were spending extra. They were spending 1 lakh US dollars, 2 lakh US dollars, 3 lakh US dollars outside India for buying properties, for buying anything, costly goods, costly items, etc. This was beyond the, outside the purview of RBI control, outside the purview of FEMA control. So basically, they were misusing this provision of international credit card transactions. And what were they doing? Paying extra 250,000 through LRS, that is sorted. Then extra 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh US dollars they were doing. So government found out about this. So two things they want to do. They want to plug the loophole. They don't want anybody to spend anything extra outside the RBI purview. Even if you spend, but please take permission. Second is what? Because precious foreign exchange is going outside India. Second one is what? They want to bring everything into the TCS ring so that they'll know what amount exactly is being spent. I'll give you credit, but the government wants to know what are you spending on outside India and what are you spending on these items, luxury cars, travel overseas, etc. So the rates I showed you, 5%, whatever percentage, those rates were changed. Those were changed in the budget 2023. Now, what has happened now is 2-3 days ago, government deleted this particular rule. The Ministry of Finance deleted this rule. See, it was omitted. This rule was omitted. What was this rule? It gave exemption to international credit card. Right? It was omitted on 16th May 2023, 3 days ago. Because of this omission, what has happened? Their notification was issued. So because of this omission, what happened? Even international credit card has come under this now. International credit card also has come under this. So basically now guys, if I am going abroad using gift, paying a gift there, going abroad for employment, immigration, with any normal private tourist visit, etc. Now the thing is, even if I swipe my credit card, swipe my credit card, it will be counted within the limit of $250,000. Earlier people were cheating, this plus extra they were spending, that extra they cannot spend. Point number one. And point number two, my dear friends, TCS rates, wherever there was 5%, etc., TCS rates in this budget has been increased to 20%. This is effective from July 1st, 2023. So especially if I'm going for a tour package, etc., all these things, the rates have been revised. Now, with the deletion of this rule, whereby you no longer can take extra using the international credit card. Debit card was always covered. Credit card was not covered. Now, if I am going abroad and doing what? Spending $100 somewhere buying something, or spending $1,000 by buying something, etc. Two things have happened. Now this $1,000 will be included in my calculation of $250,000 per annum. And second most important dangerous thing is TCS has to be collected by the bank. Now let us say I have an ICICI bank account. I am swiping $1,000 on my trip into the let's say I've gone to the United Kingdom and I've swiped $1,000 to buy something. So ICICI bank will show a pop-up. TCS of 20%, TCS of $200 will be charged on this transaction. You will be charged $1,200. Is this okay? This is after July 1st, 2023. I have no option. Okay, I have to press. So guys, $1,200 US is what my thing would be, of which 1,000 would be my expense and $200 would be the TCS, which the bank will collect from me, customer, and deposit to the government and give me credit. So with this, high value items, etc., is brought under the TCS net, point number one. And point number two, transactions of buying properties, etc., high value items using credit card, which was outside the RBI net, FEMA net, has brought into the FEMA net. This is the actual picture at the end of the day. Now, a lot of confusion happened. Obviously, in India, we don't read the bare act. We simply get confused. First thing people started talking was, sir, what about spends in India? In the sense, I will swipe my international credit card in India. Will it apply? Guys, it's very clear. This section, what was omitted was only for what? Outside India. So obviously that will not apply. So only for spends outside India. So obviously if you go outside India and swipe, it will apply. If you are in a resident and you're in India, if you swipe in India anywhere, then it will not apply, obviously. Point number two was, sir, I am a foreigner. I'm a non-resident. I have kept money in the resident foreign currency account. So will this apply? So there is something called resident foreign currency account. So there you can spend any amount, no tension. So you see, the rule shall not apply where the payment is made out of funds held in the resident foreign currency account. So the liberalized remittance scheme of $250,000 will not apply if the money is spent through RFC, because RFC has been monitored anyway. So no tension. But now the problem was in this, liberalized remittance scheme relaxation was always given for two cases. One is if you are going for medical treatment abroad, means you have, let's say you have some disease, you're going abroad for medical treatment. So there obviously you will go beyond $250,000. So there relaxation was given, various relaxations were given. Second point was, if I'm going there to study, So if I'm going there to study also, there were relaxation in the liberalized remittance scheme. Now the question was, two questions because of budget. Will TCS of the higher rate, what higher rate? 20%. Will it apply to these two? Medical treatment abroad and studies abroad was a question. Will it apply or not apply was the question. Then if I swipe the credit card for these things, will it apply or not apply was the question. So credit card is very simple, guys. Any credit card you swipe will be counted within the $250,000 now. That is one. But what about the higher TCS rate? So to address all these issues, just today, government has released certain clarificatory points. Let us see clarificatory points. So you see here, why is TCS required to be collected? They have given, is TCS applicable for all remittances made abroad? This is released by the Ministry of Finance just today. I am doing it now, combining everything. No, such remittances are covered under LRS are only liable to TCS. Only such remittances which are covered under LRS are liable to TCS. We will see that in the question 5 they have given. So here, what is the reason behind the increase in rate of TCS they have given? The payment of TCS is not at all a final tax. If the TCS pay is a taxpayer, then of course he can claim the credit for the TCS. Yes. If the TCS is of a person not being a taxpayer, then the 20% rate on such presumed income is not at all high. The tax slab of 20% in the new regime is anyway there, and 30% for 15 lakhs. So he said anyway it is there, 20%, 30%, so it's fine. But if you are anyway a taxpayer, you can claim credit. So why are you crying, is what the ministry is saying. See, here instances have come to the notice where LRS payment were disproportionately high when compared to the income. Your income, you are showing 10 lakhs, but you are spending 40 lakhs abroad. Plus, you are swiping also, and all credit card you are swiping. The government put 2 and 2 together. Bro, you are showing 10 lakhs as income, and you are showing 10 lakhs through LRS or 3 lakhs through LRS. You are swiping 50 lakhs. How is it possible? Then that is one part. But then they gave this clarification. No changes in medical or education expenses. They said TCS rates will not change. It is the same. So no increase rates. Normal rates only will apply. Don't worry, they are saying. Then primary impact is only on investment in assets such as real estate, bonds, stocks outside India by high net worth individuals. So two things I'll do for you. One, credit card if you swipe, I will take it under $250,000. And second, I'm going to increase the TCS rate for you guys. So if I am remitting out of my own, then no problem. So let's see, they have given the entire list here to clarify. Check it out, guys. So as I told you, old position, that is before 36/2023 and 1st July 2023, it is going to be the same for the purpose of education. Guys, if I have taken an education loan, so if you see up to 7 lakh, whatever it, beyond 7 lakh it is, what is 0.5% it is. And again, beyond 7 lakh, 0.5%, no change. Second, remittance is not out of loan. Is not out of loan from a financial institution, but from my personal funds. Earlier also, the rate was 5%. Now also 5% TCS. No change in that. No change. So people were getting confused. The government is telling no change, don't worry. Similarly, if I am going for medical treatment, earlier also more than 7 lakhs if I am spending for medical treatment, 5%. Here also 5%. What is the change? Yes, overseas tour package. They said rich people can afford tour packages outside India. Earlier you were paying 5%. Now you have to pay 20%. So if I am spending 10 lakhs abroad, 2 lakhs extra. So overall I have to pay 12 lakhs. 10 lakhs will be for the overseas tour package, 2 lakhs will be for TCS. That 2 lakhs credit I can claim later. Similarly, for bonds, etc., for purchase of anything, now it has become 20%. One more doubt arose. Sir, medical treatment okay, education okay, but what about staying expenses there when I go abroad? What about that? How much percentage TCS? And what about medical treatment? I will take one caretaker and other things I have to organize for his stay, food, etc. What about that? So for those things, government has told that a detailed clarification will be issued separately. So they will come out with a new clarification for that. So that is the gist of the story, my dear friends. I hope you understood. So two changes. LRS under FEMA 2,50,000 was always there, but people were swiping the credit cards and claiming extra money. Now whatever you claim extra, everything will be under the 2,50,000 regime. You have to take permission if you go beyond that. However, medical treatment and education are outside the, there is an exemption for $2,50,000. You can, go ahead with those two things. That is separate thing. Second part is TCS. TCS rate was 0.5% if you take a loan, 5% otherwise. And for other things, it was, overseas tour package also, it was less. But from 1st July 2023, for anything else apart from medical treatment and education, you will have to pay a 20% TCS. 20% TCS, even if you swipe the credit card, 20% TCS has to be paid. So very simple. After 1st July, if you go abroad and spend $1,000 using your credit card, 200 will be added by the bank, and that 200 you can claim. So the net is cast wide open. It is for those who are cheating the government and who are buying high net worth properties, etc. Basically, they want to see who all are doing what all these, what are the things that they are doing and how to control them. So that was the video, my dear friends. I hope you enjoyed. Please put in your comments as to what you feel about it. Please like, subscribe, share. Cheers.